Hello guys, today is May 31st, 2019, and this is going to be a little review on the monthly close for VTC. That's going to be my main uh, analysis. I also will just take a little look at Tesla and Apple, those stocks I trade. So I'd like to share my ideas on those two. But let's just start by looking at what happened with BTC. So I previously had a video where I had a target for 8900, and we actually end up going to 9000 or 91. I think what was the high? $99,090. That was the high, and then the rejection, and we end up dropping to 85, which is, yeah, it's not significant consider the rally that it took BTC. But I wanna um, just uh, show a couple of things on what I am looking at right now. So I'm gonna take you to Bitfinex for a minute. So Bitfinex, the volume. I'm just gonna study the volume a little bit to understand, in my case, to see what I think it might happen in the next months. So let's just go a little higher on this one. Okay, so on December 2017, we had 2.2 million BTC buys, and then when the sell-off started, let's just put it on high. We had on 2018, January 2018, and March 2018, we had 1.6 million sales, and then on the big drop, we had about $1 million for a million sales for like 3 months, and then smaller. And then for the recovery, this is significant to me. I'm gonna try to go quick on the volume. So we had very little volume being bought in Bitfinex. Okay, just think about it's 485,000. So now let's go to Coinbase. Coinbase, it's a little different. Oh, it's the opposite on everything pretty much. Let me just put one more here. So Coinbase, on the same December 2017, you had half of buys, and then on the correction we had like 600,000, and then on the big drop at the top was a 400,000. That's half of what Bitfinex has been trading at. So right now we have last month we had 627,000 buys, and Bitfinex only had 485. To me, if I was to think about logically, people are buying and holding. They're not selling anymore. They're not trading. As you know, Bitfinex is a margin, and that's one of the reasons why the OBD probably never swap to change the buys over the sells. Like if you look at this OBD, it's still in red, and if you look at Coinbase, it swapped to the green side, which it's a good sign for the long term. And but on these, in both platforms, we're looking at the same targets between 63 and 64 for the longer term on the monthly. That should be a retest. I am expecting BTC to test some supports, and this was my first target when we hit 3100. 64 was my first target. I actually had just to get a little bit of. So it was 64.82. I had the first target on the daily. That was based on the breakdown that it took. It was just price action, and obviously we are at 8,500 today. My 8,900, my second target after a bump on 71. So right now I am on the short term. I'm looking at this right here between these two lines, which is gonna be maybe it's a little lower. I am at 69.71. I have modified the charts a couple of times because of the price action, but my short term is on 71 and 69 for BTC, and I know I'm gonna get some heat for this, but you know, I always get hit for everything that I say. I got hit when I said that we're gonna get to 8,900. Well, we got there. I got hit when I said that we were gonna go to 3,100, and we got there. So just for a little bit of study, I'm gonna change to Bitstamp because I have more data here on Bitstamp. Bitstamp also made a substantial change on the volume, but the monthly still varies based on the Ichi cloud. And now if we go to the weekly, we have a different scenario here. We have on the weekly, we have rate gotten all the way up to the risk zone on the TD sequential count. And if I was to look at this and trade on short time, like 5-minute time frame trades, I look at this and look at this as a significant bullish, but it has, for me, it has to cool off. And what I am thinking right now is that the lag line will start lagging again and might take another correction. Again, this is just how I think the price will move. We have a bullish turn on the weekly, but you go by the higher time frame on what's the main trend, not by what it's currently being been traded. Right now we're trading on the weekly. The daily, well, everyone knows it's up and down it's been up and down for a couple of days, but I am mainly trading on the weekly because that's where I am looking at right now. But if we go, let me just clean this chart real quick. If we go to the daily, you will understand what I'm telling you when I said we're mainly trading on the higher time frame. So if you see, the Ichi cloud had many multiple swings on the bullish, but it never made it out, okay, until this year. We actually finally made a bullish run on the daily, which was pretty cool. So if we're looking at this and we're looking at the weekly, probably we will understand that when the circles, it's when BTC went bullish, but on the daily, but on the weekly it was still bearish, okay. And if you look at this, you will probably see some similarities to what's going on the monthly right now. You know, the top is flat, the bottom is kind of going up a little bit, So my expectation is that this will start opening, even though the weekly went bullish. I am going to start looking at the monthly to do my trades. Okay, so that's for that. I am again, I am me personally, I am looking to see a 63 to test the first MA and to challenge the cross. um, the volume, it's significant in Coinbase, which is a it's not a margin platform. That makes me think that people are buying and holding. Okay, this is a bit stamped out, but Coinbase, where is it? Coinbase, here it is. So more volume here than on the other platforms. Again, which makes me think we are people are buying and holding. For that, I had also had some pricing for ETH and BCH, but we know the rules. If BTC holds, they will hold. If BTC doesn't, then they will all fall equally. The reason being is for a higher target on my prediction. ETH in this case, it's still on the bearish end, and if we were to think that it will do the same as BTC, the lag line will probably test the risks on the TD sequential. Same for, let me just duplicate this one. BCH USD. I'm going to use Coinbase just because Coinbase has been doing a lot of volume. Maybe not. Maybe I need some different with more data. Bitstamp. Oh, it's in the monthly. Weekly. Why is this not? BC. Let's see some that has more data somewhere. You can see a little better on this one. Anyways, for using the Ichimoku cloud, it's the same as ETH. Bearish. We haven't tested the risk zone yet, and the RSI still has some room to go. If we were to compare to BTC on the weekly, see, RSI went up, Ichimoku crossed, and the risk zone was tested. And the RSI, we have to note that we are facing some resistance at the moment, but Bitcoin has had big higher spikes. At this point, you know, it has failed. It has either gone all the way through, which I don't think is going to happen in this instance, or has turned after trying to, you know, 1, 2, and 3. So we might see this turn. I don't think it's Friday. 2 more days. I don't think we're gonna be able to take another spike like we did. If we do, well, we're probably gonna go to 10,000. 9,400 is my next target, but I am leaning towards a lower price right now more than a higher price. There is no higher price painted on any charts right now, so I think BTC needs to first paint the target before it can keep on going up. So that's for BTC. and for ETH and uh, BCH in my end. And let's just do Tesla real quick. I know maybe most people here don't do stacks, but I do. I trade stacks as well. So this is 15-minute time frame. Let me I should have picked this before. Where's this? I'm looking for a chart where here it is. Let's see, Tesla right here. So at that point we were at 235 and I said Tesla would fall to the green. Now I'm waiting for Tesla to hold the green rectangle. Obviously we have let me just change this real quick. Put it green again. Make it daily. So we have fallen to the green rectangle, and now I'm waiting for this to hold. The volume it's pretty bad on terms of the sales that Tesla has been taking, but I am confident that it will take a little bounce because anyways, these are not long trades because the daily has been tested on the lower end. So that's for Tesla. Apple, different story. We broke the support and new support should be around 171. Volume decreased from the last breakout, but it's getting stable on the sell, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign for Apple to take another rally. Generally, market wise, I am a little more bullish than most, but again, I tend to go against the common thinking of people. So that's about for what I have to say. Again, I think it's important to take everything with a grain of salt. I am not short in the market. I have said that before. I am just buying the dips. I exited my some of my positions on the last spike, and I am waiting for a lower price. And I think 63, 64 is a good price. If we cannot hold 71, 69, 71. But as of today, I am leaning towards a lower price more than a higher price. Next, if we were to go up, which I don't think we will, we should test this 2 weeks right here between 92. That's in the monthly, so it's not gonna happen tomorrow. Between these 2 weeks right here, 92 and 10,000. All right, so that should be for me a good target to go on the high end if BTC it's able to jump over 89 and bounce off 89, because that's the big hurdle right now. So that's all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have people that have any questions, so you have any questions, just let me know, and I love to either answer your questions or do research together. Again, trade with caution and have fun.